So, today I have a special guest with me. As you can see, it's my good friend Abby. Abby, who are you?
I am a 20-something small YouTuber from Maryland. That's where we are right now. You can find me on youtube.com/Abigene or just
link in the description.
Yeah.
Always links in the description.
All the links.
All of the links.
Yeah, just Abby.
Abby. Today, we're going to have a little conversation because Abby is so much younger than me and has a different insight into the world of online-ness. I've had some things in my life happen recently, and I've not been sure how to navigate them. And for as much as I love being a part of the internet community and the support that I find there, when real life stuff happens, it's one of those things you're not always sure how and when to share certain aspects of, we'll say, traumatic events happening. So I wanted to talk to my youthful friend Abby about like how she perceives those things.
I've definitely gone through some of the same things, and I've actually made a couple of videos about this where you have something that is heavy, and you want to know, is it okay to share now? Should I wait?
Is it too real for the internet to know about?
And even just what detail to go into. You can say, I've had multiple times where I've said, like, something is going on, I just need some time to deal with it. But we were talking about this a little bit earlier, you get that initial, like, I want to tell people about this is the thing that's happening.
You know, like, if you happen to get fired from your job, is it a good idea to immediately put up a vlog saying, I just got fired from my job?
Yeah.
So.
I think I'm of the camp that it's good to have some breathing time. Like, I think that especially when you react initially, it's it's very impulsive and
guttural, would you say?
Yeah,
like very, yes.
Or even to just be hurtful. I mean, even just for yourself to, like, go back and reflect on that video, or to have that color your interaction with the people that you are presenting that content to. Because it is, I mean, you are presenting content.
You are. Even if, like, we're having an honest conversation right now, but this is still, content. So, is there a difference between using your YouTube channel, because not everybody has a YouTube channel, versus whatever your form of social media tends to be? Or do you kind of correlate them to be similar because they're all something that literally anybody can see?
That's a good question. I think that everybody uses social media differently, but I think there are some trends. So something like Twitter, that's like immediate, I'm feeling this thing, I'm thinking this thing, I'm going to tweet about it. And so I'm going to look at somebody's tweets differently than I'm going to look at a video that they took time to sit down and film, and took time to edit. I don't know. I don't know that I would necessarily share big things, but I think I'd be more likely to share, like, I'm having an awful day.
The feeling.
Yeah, exactly.
The feeling behind whatever the thing is that's happening.
Right, and maybe that's, like, a catharsis that you could get by saying, like, I'm having a tough day, like, I would like some support right now. Like, it's really great if you have friends on Twitter.
But not going into the detail about the thing so much. But you're also kind of like, is this something that I should be sharing? And I think that's ultimately kind of what it comes down to, is taking a minute to say, is this something that I should be sharing with literally anybody?
Being small YouTubers, we have developed, like, this community, and to have all these people that, or, have a group of people that we watch and feel close to, so we feel like they're friends. And so that initial thing where you're saying, something bad has happened to me, I want to make a video to share it with these people because they're my friends.
Exactly. And that's the thing, is, like, when something bad happens, like, my initial reaction is exactly like you said. I want to make a video to let all of my actual friends who, like, I interact with on a regular basis. But the thing that I have to realize is, like, I'm also making that video that, like, my employer could find. Like, if you want to let your friends know, there are other less visible ways that you can let them know. Like, if you guys have each other's numbers, you can text everybody, or, like, I communicate a lot through a Slack channel. And stuff like that. That's less all over the internet and more just these people here. And
I think that when you become friends with someone, you open up and allow yourself to be vulnerable in a way, in
a very scary way, but a very important way.
And so if you translate that to video and you allow yourself to be open and vulnerable there, even if you're used to getting 50 to 100 views on a video, or, you know, more or less, whatever.
Yeah.
There is always the possibility that you could get more than that. You're basically taking that vulnerability and saying, hey, everybody, even the people that I don't know. Yeah. Like, this is a spot for me that is tough. And I've chosen who to show that to, but now I'm also allowing everyone access to that.
Else to that. And that's not necessarily something that you want.
Right.
Yeah. So I think that's a really good place to start with this stuff, but I think the second half of this is now, let's say there's been time in between, you know, whatever the incident was that was initially a very, you know, raw feeling, and now you feel like you're in a better space, you know, like, how do you start working on a more general announcement?
This is a hard question.
Yeah.
So when I go through an experience that is tough, that I need some time to deal with, normally at the end of it, I like to go through a period of, like, analysis and self-reflection. And so when I make content for that, I typically try to, I guess, frame it in a way that if someone was in that situation and they needed to hear something, so that they can use that as a resource to say, like, it's okay, I made it through this. Or, you know, it's hard because you always want to frame it positively.
Sometimes you can't frame things positively.
Yeah.
But there definitely is a compulsion for people to want to be like, it's gonna be okay. And honestly, it is.
Yeah.
In the end, it always is. Like, you're always gonna be okay. But I know personally, like, I don't always want to hear that.
Yeah.
Sometimes I just want to hear, like, you know what, things are real bad right now. It's okay. Yeah. It's okay, but they are. And you're still here, so.
And I think that's also part of that, like, knowing how to say that and knowing how to say, like, things are hard. I need support. Like, if you're willing to, you know, send a kind word through, like, it's really hard to ask that.
It is, but it is so liberating when you finally do.
Yeah.
And then people respond.
Yes.
That's just, like, that is actually the best feeling.
Yeah.
Of all of the feelings in the world, like, you do that, like we said, like, that scary thing of, like, I need help right now. And then people are like, what can I do? Like, I'm not really sure. I didn't plan this far.
I didn't think anyone was going to
Thank you. Thank you so much. But yeah, I think that obviously that works for you. And I think that's good. Does it necessarily have to be that?
No. Absolutely not.
Okay. Basically, is it better to talk in broad strokes at that point? Or does it depend on their level of comfort with the whole thing?
I think it depends. I think it depends on where you're at and where your community is at. You know, what you feel like you need to share with them. Because I think there is definitely a benefit to going into it and, like, saying, like, I am going through it and this is what I'm going through.
Having that community and having those people that I can speak to is incredibly helpful of just, like, this is my reality. This is my world right now. This is not what I asked for. This is not what I want, but it's what is.
Yeah.
And how to deal with that.
And being able to present that is really good, too. I think with the self-reflection piece, you can even do that. You can even say, like, today I'm gonna figure it out, so I'm gonna talk through it. And I think it is helpful to be able to do that, knowing, like, you're not just talking for yourself, like, you have people that you're talking to, and even if you're sitting in your room doing it alone, like, you have that feeling. So even the act of doing that can be helpful.
Yeah, and it doesn't have to necessarily be one video either.
Yeah, right.
You know, like, you do, like, a daily vlog if that's your thing, and share as much as you're comfortable with.
Yeah.
Take your broken heart and make it art.
Yeah.
Love that. I love that. And it's like, so that's where, like, I'm hoping to get to eventually, is that, you know, take something traumatic in your life and turn it into something beautiful that make people, because that's my jam.
Yeah.
Is making people feel.
I had a really horrible July last year.
Yeah.
And I wasn't ready to talk about what I was going through, but I needed to make something.
You made the greatest video. I will link that video because that was some stuff.
Yeah, and that was definitely one of those broken heart make it art things,
Yeah.
because I totally was not ready to talk about why I was feeling the way I was feeling and what I was going through, but I needed to make something, and I needed to present something to the world, and so I made this video. I called it Glitch.
It was so good too, just like as an observer, like I kind of knew some of, you know, but just as an observer of something, it was like that feeling I know.
And having that
relate
response,
to it.
like, from people like you saying, like, I know what you're feeling, or this was very powerful. And it was, to me, it was so surprising to get that reaction. Like, I didn't expect it. But that alone,
because you did it for
really
you.
Nice. Yeah, exactly.
You did it for you.
I was sitting in my room like, I need it.
Yeah, the most genuine content, this sounds weird and backwards, but the most genuine content that I've seen come from people, like I've been able to talk about them, like where it was coming from, they are doing it for themselves.
Yeah.
You're not trying to appease people. You're not trying to gain an audience. You're not trying to, you know, win over people. You're just being yourself.
But I think that's a good kind of example for your transition. Like, you don't have to...
Yeah, you don't really have to, like, say, hey, guess what? Blah, life happening. But if you want to...
And, like, I did that a month later. You know, I was saying, like, this is why I did this, but at that point I wasn't able to share it.
Bringing it home, I think, find the way that works best for you. It's just in the immediate, take a second. Literally take a second and, like, think. And that's so hard. I know that's so hard, especially if you're a very strong feeling person. But it's important, I think, because the longevity of the internet, the space of the internet, and literally anybody can see anything.
Yeah.
So,
I think it's awesome that we have this opportunity to share things with people. Yeah, I think we just need to take time to think about it.
Think about it,
Think
man.
about it. Should be my catchphrase.
Yes, about it. Think about it. Well, thank you, Abby, for joining me and sharing me your youthful insights.
Oh, gosh. Well, thank you for hanging out. Thanks for calling me youthful, because I don't feel youthful sometimes.
I know the feeling. It's you get, like, past 19, like into your 20s, and all of a sudden you're like, oh, God.
Where's my cane?
The age. The age, trust me, you'll get out of that eventually. And you'll just realize, you know what? I am not that old yet. Thanks for watching, and we will see what happens next week. All right. Bye.
Bye.